What's up, guys? It's Jeramie with Jeramie Lou Photography. Thank you so much for tuning in today. As a photographer, I get asked to shoot for free a lot. And I'm at the point now in my career where I can easily say no, here's my price list. But what if you're not in that position? Or what if you're asking people to shoot for free? What does it really mean to shoot for free or ask a photographer to shoot for free? Let's talk about it right now. What's going on, guys? Thank you so much again for tuning in. I'm Jeramie. I own Jeramie Lou Photography. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If this video helps you out in any way, give it a thumbs up. You can click that bell for notifications and an email will come every time I upload a video. But this video is simply the purpose of talking about what it means for a photographer to shoot for free. So we know the game, right? For some reason within the photography community, it's easier for anybody to ask a photographer to do work for free. In fact, I saw this really cool Craigslist post and a photographer posted back where somebody was asking for free service and a photographer posted asking for that person's free service. And when you turn it around like that, it actually looks a little bit weird, right? A solar company was asking a photographer to take photos of them, or photos for them of their amazing photo gear, or amazing, a solar company was asking photographers to take free pictures so that they can upload for their solar company business. So a photographer then wrote back his own post saying, hey, that we need free solar stuff. We're happy to get it installed and tell everybody about you. And when it's put back like that, it looks a little weird, it sounds a little funny, and it makes you think. So the most typical ways that photographers get asked to shoot for free, at least in my experience, in my close circle experience, is usually an event, maybe headshots, maybe model portfolio, something where they are gonna tell everybody about the photographer, they are gonna credit the photographer, and then people are going to swarm into the photographer's world to get amazing images in lieu of actually paying that photographer. Now, this may sound great to a newer photographer coming in the game, but honestly, once you get to that point, I'd rather make that money than hope that somebody with 10,000 Instagram followers will actually push my name to get to me. I don't need a bunch of followers on my page. I need people that will book me and hire me. So we know that that's weird. We know that photographers really shouldn't be working for free. We also know that our industry calls for people asking us to work for free. I mean, I have never walked into a store and just assumed that it might be free. I've never walked into Walmart or gone to the ice cream shop, gone to Jimmy John's and walked in and said, hey, I'm gonna Instagram this. I have 34K Instagram followers right now. I'm gonna totally Instagram this and push it out and tell people about you guys as long as it's free. Can I do that? I've never had that conversation. I don't know if you have either, but for some reason when people contact photographers, that's what they do. And a lot of photographers are frustrated with it. So one of the things that I've done in my personal business, this is all for the photographers out there, is that anytime somebody asks me to shoot, I always say, thank you so much. Can I have your email? I'm happy to send you my pricing sheet. Or anytime I post an image, I say, Jeramie Lou Photography, contact me for pricing information. I use the word pricing a lot in my world because I want people to assume that I charge. And I actually rarely, if not never, get any people asking if I can shoot their event for free, their headshots for free, their family photos for free. I always get, Jeramie, what do you charge? Granted, there are a couple companies or a couple nonprofits that I shoot for donation of time. It's a donation in trade. I don't consider that free. I consider that giving back to the community as long as it's a organization I trust and admire and great, okay? So this is not what this video is about. What? Jeramie, you just talked about this whole thing for like 4 minutes. That's not what this video is about. This video is about what does it mean to ask a photographer to shoot for free. I'm a photographer. You want me to shoot for free. First off, amazing balls on you to be asking me to do what I do professionally and how I feed my friends and family, professionally and how I feed my family for you for free because you don't want to pay for my service. So me automatically as a photographer, I already know that you do not value my work. Because if you valued my work, you would value everything that I've put into my craft and my art. I don't just show up with a camera, push a bunch of buttons, although it may seem like that. I have years and years of experience. I know how to work this camera. It's not on an auto setting, it's a manual setting. Everything I do on my camera is changed. The lens that I choose is particular to the shot that I'm doing. The camera alone is $5,000. The lens I'm using is most likely anywhere from $1,500 to $4,000. I mean, crap, even just to get paid to pay for that would be a huge thing in my book. Now, I'm not upset, but I want people to start thinking about what I think about as they go through. If you're not willing to put money into what I can do for you, then why would I want to invest any of what I can do into you? What does that mean to me? For instance, I went and bought an iPhone and it was $1,000. Yes, I know. I paid that $1,000 for that iPhone, and I value this little iPhone. Like, I don't even have it on me right now, but I value this little iPhone. Like, it dropped and I almost cried, and I was like babying it and I was nursing it because I spent $1,000 on it. If it was free and I dropped it, I dropped it, cracked screen, whatever. It was free, got a new one. I never want somebody to value a photographer that way. I never want somebody to go into a free shoot, not done with hair and makeup. If they mess up the shoot, it's okay, because ultimately time is most valuable in anything. So here's what I have to have as a professional photographer. And you guys have seen these lists all throughout social media, but let's break this down a little bit. I have to have my gear. Most likely I have to have backup of all my gear. That means the $3,000 to $5,000 camera, I have two. I have to have two, because if one breaks during a shoot, I have to get another one. I have multiple lenses. I have about 6 or 7 lenses. 6, although 7 if you count the one that I ever use. And those are about $1,000 to $1,500 each. My 70 to 200 is $2,500, and that's still price comparable now. Licensing, insurance that I have to pay. I have 2 different types of insurance for 2 different sides of it. Just in case anything does happen to my clients, me, or my gear, I am covered. Insurance is anywhere from $30 to $50 a month. Licensure, $60 a year, but the first time is a little bit more. The bag that I carry everything, I have to have my software, which is Lightroom, which is Photoshop. I have to have my Office. I have to have my Mac for it. I have to maybe find a babysitter to go do the shoot. I have to take time away from my family. And guys, that is huge. If you're a photographer and you're doing stuff for free, please at least value that. Time is the only thing that we get taken away from us. And if you go do a shoot for free for whatever, and it's not really helping you out in any way, you're taking money away, you're taking time away from your family that you may never have. I always say, please just assume that this is the last day you have with everybody. How are you going to spend that day? And we can go that way. I myself am guilty of doing shoots a lot, but I make the money. The money comes to me and I do it all the time. So what else does a photographer need to have in order to do a photo shoot? We might have to have a studio. We might have to rent out a location. We have to drive to the location. Now, I'm not saying that my skills and my value are more than any other photographers. I'm not saying my time is more valuable than my clients. But before you come and ask me to do something for free, everything I just mentioned needs to be taken into an account of somewhere of asking me to do something for free, even if it's, I need just a quick headshot. Oh, I need just a couple photos. These little words that people are using to to downplay why they're asking things for free. It took me a long time as a photographer to value what I do, because a lot of the time people were assuming that I was free. Once I did that change, once I started saying no to people, yes, life was awesome. Life was starting to get better. I did get people mad at me. I did start to see other photographers start to shoot these events, things that I would say no to, or here's my rates, or here's a minimum or something. Give me something, put some value into me, and I'll put value into you. And I think that's the biggest thing to take away from this. It's not about the money, but it's the value. I want people to respect photographers. I want people to respect what we do. I mean, not only are you getting everything I'm bringing that day, but I have my 10, 15, 20 years of experience behind me to take an amazing shot when I have to. And if you guys are looking for a photographer for your wedding, of course I'm amazing, but look through photographers' portfolios and stop asking for little things. Stop skimping on your album, stop skimping on your prints, and do it, because you only have one chance. And if you're just getting headshots done, same thing. It's time out of your day, especially if you're doing hair, makeup, driving to your location. It's the same for us. What do you guys think? Comment below and let's get a little dialogue going. I want to talk about photographers. When somebody asks you for free work, what do you do, and do you do it, and how often? And then if you're a client, have you ever asked a photographer to do something for free? And why did you feel like that was okay? And there's no judgment here, but why is it that thing? And that's really just kind of a thing now, right? Where people just assume that we're free all the time.